Hey, what's up, guys? It's Enigma Hood. So just a quick update. Turns out just yesterday, I believe, the International Court of Justice, which is the highest court in the UN, recently ruled that Japan's scientific whaling program is not scientific and it must be halted. So this is terrific news for animal rights activists like myself, and anyone who gives a damn about nature and preserving the ecosystem and the life forms that live on this planet that coexist with us. Now, I made a video about Japan's whaling program before, and anyone who knows me knows that I love Japan. Japan is my favorite country in the world. But the one thing that I will never be okay with is how they kill whales. Whaling was extremely common back in the olden days. They used blubber, which is whale fat, in oil lamps. Thankfully, the advent of electricity has rendered oil lamps obsolete and basically saved the whale. But Japan still kills whales. What do they kill whales for? For meat, which is the most ridiculous thing in the world. There are still a few other countries that do whaling, like Norway. They do whaling. They need to be stopped. Some Aboriginal tribes in Alaska, I believe, still whale, but that might be at a very small portion. But even I do think that that needs to be stopped as well. Now, maybe there are food issues here. In that case, the UN needs to strike a deal with countries so that countries can provide food for these countries that need food. Get some fucking cows up in that shit. I mean, if Japan is so starving for food, strike a deal with the United States or Australia or some shit and just get some cows in there, some fucking lambs, some fucking sheep, anything. Anything is better than whales because whales are not sustainable. You can't farm whales. You can't breed them. They're too fucking big. Okay, we can do that with cows. We can do that with sheep. So that's why it's unethical to kill these animals for food because there's no way of increasing their populations artificially. Maybe one day with cloning, but by that time they're probably going to go extinct. So it needs to be stopped right now. Now, major props to Australia. They did a fantastic job. The activists in Australia did a fantastic job. Now, I've criticized Australia before when it did wrong, but when it does right, I will be the first one to praise them, and they are doing great job. Great job. I mean, this wouldn't have happened if it weren't for Australia. So I really give major props to those activists and protesters that were out there on the oceans protesting against these whalers with their science and all that shit, making things a little bit harder for them to do to kill whales. I mean, how many of us can say that? Not many. These people, they actually put their lives on the line when they do this shit. It ain't easy. Now, I have no doubt that Japan is probably gonna think of some stupid excuse to continue whaling again, and I think there are some loopholes that allow them to continue to whale in the northern seas. I'm not too sure about that. Anyway, I'm going to put some links in the description so you can check it out and see for yourself and read a little bit more, and there might be some new developments that happen as time goes on as well. This is Enigma Hood signing off.